Now, over 100,000 people have signed a petition to get that show cancelled, arguing that the plot is nothing more than fat-shaming. What are our thoughts on that?
I have so many thoughts on that. First of all, a man punching a young girl in the face that is wearing, behind the scenes, a fat suit, and then she gets her jaw wired shut, and now she's hot and everybody likes her. What kind of message are we sending to young women out there if this is what we're glorifying? I think it's disgusting. Granted, I have not seen the whole movie, but this to me is like, it's such a step backwards.
But hang on a minute, if you were an actress, just playing devil's advocate, what do you think of the actress that took that role? Is she so desperate for work that she would agree to put on the fat suit and go along with the whole premise? Because it's quite obviously offensive to a huge number of people.
Yeah.
But if you were an actress and you hadn't worked for a year or, you wanted a break, would you take that part?
Well, she's had a break. She's a huge Disney actress.
Yes.
Everybody follows her. That's why I think it's even worse, because of her fan base being so young. It's directing even younger audience to watch that. But I think it's really... I don't know her, so I want to tread lightly with my words, but I do... There's a certain amount of ignorance on management and anyone that's in control of her career
so
for
you
allowing
think she was
that.
badly advised?
But can I, again, playing devil's advocate, totally flip that on its head and say, actually, what she's doing, or what the character is doing in this, is highlighting just how utterly dreadful those people were that were so mean to someone purely because of their size.
That would take common sense to understand that, and common sense is not common.
It's a superpower nowadays, having common sense.
True.
But surely the audience that this is aimed at wouldn't necessarily warm to say, like, what was the Amy Schumer film that she was in?
I Feel Pretty, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And that made a statement in itself. But this is aimed at...
Well, I found the Amy Schumer film really offensive because well, it was all about, I thought it was simplistic. I wasn't comfortable with the Amy Schumer film at all either. It's almost as if Hollywood and people like Netflix have realised that there is a big issue about how women perceive their bodies, so they're kind of getting on the bandwagon and making films like this and series like the one we've just seen the clip from, because they think, well, it's a hot subject, body image, but they've got it so wrong.
That is exactly how I feel. I feel like they're using it instead of tackling the issue in a really positive way and looking out for women and the way they view their bodies, they're just using it as a peg so they can sell and make as much money as possible. I think when you're asking the question, should fat shaming be a hate crime, I just think body shaming in general should be a hate crime. I think there's always a lot focused on fat shaming, but there is skinny shaming, and I actually think that people don't even bat an eyelid when they do it. I don't think people think it's as bad as saying that somebody's fat to say that somebody's skinny. I think that we need to look at the way we address what we show people all of the time, because I love my body and I've got a great body and I'm proud of it. However, my body isn't represented in any fashion outlets, in any magazines. You don't see it. It's not.
Well,
you don't see any lumps or bumps or stretch marks.
I'm sorry, I don't see what you're whinging about, actually, Stacey.
I'm not whinging.
But all right, you're not really whinging. But what you're saying is that how you see your body isn't the way as that women have portrayed in adverts for clothes and everything else. But I don't see a lot of difference. I think you see yourself. You've almost got body dysmorphia. I
love my body and I don't see myself. I'm not seeing things. I've got noticeable lumps,
what you're saying is that you don't see imperfection in advertising.
In advertising, on posters, in films, in anything.
But we did our billboard.
Yes,
we did the Loose Women billboard. There we are, up on the billboard with all our bumps.
That doesn't happen often, and that's why it was such a big thing, because
models don't even look like themselves. Like, supermodels don't even look like supermodels in real life unless they're the very rare breed kind.
But do we just accept that and go, oh, OK, well, they don't look like
I don't accept it. I'm on the larger side for myself right now, and it's, I don't care what other people think of me. It's about how I feel about me. I don't like judging people on the way that they look.
But do you judge yourself, though, Kelly?
All the time. I'm my own worst critic.
You don't weigh yourself, do you?
Oh, no, I don't have scales in my house.
No, but
no.
Do you feel there's a weight that's going to make you happier than a weight that's not going to make you?
Yes, 100%. But it's more about, I've never been perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I strive to be content with myself. I think that's the most you can ever ask for.
Can I ask you something? When we were speaking before about your experiences with addiction, and you mentioned that you bypass embarrassment and go to shame, have you found that people treated you one way when you were feeling at your largest compared to when you were in the grips of addiction? Which was worse, how people treated you?
When I was fat.
See, that in itself is fascinating.
To me, when people are meaner about me and to me, when I gained weight than when I was heavily addicted to drugs, heavily addicted to alcohol. And I think that it fed my addiction in a way, because I'd literally be in the gym for like 2-3 hours a day, and I would reward myself by saying, I'm gonna go meet my friend for drinks later, and then get rip-roaring drunk, go home, go to sleep, and do it again the next day, because I had to keep that body up.
But why do you think that people would be more sneery or however they were towards you?
Because they know it can happen to
size?
them. Not everybody thinks that they're going to become a drug addict.
Okay.
But it's
Everyone
not just
thinks
about,
at one point they can get large.